Okay, company produces suitcases with dimensions 55 by 40 by 20. Company has been asked to produce this new similar suitcase. New suitcase must be similar to the original suitcase with dimensions in the same proportions. The volume of the new smaller suitcase should be half the volume of the original suitcase. Find the dimensions of the new smaller suitcase. Give your dimensions correct to an appropriate degree of accuracy. Now this smaller sort of suitcase, okay, right, will obviously have a volume which is half this volume. Now we could work out the volume of this, couldn't we? You could easily do that, couldn't you? You could just do length times width times height, because it's, you know, it's a bit like a cuboid. You could think of it that way, couldn't you? If you were to think of it in sort of a simple situation here. It isn't really a cuboid though, I suppose. It's not really length times width times height. But if we were to sort of think about, visualize that in our heads, you would get 44,000. Yeah, I know this isn't spot on, but it's just a sort of an estimate, as I said, because it's not a proper cuboid. You can see here it's curvy here. But if that was 44,000, that would be half of it, wouldn't it? That would be 22,000. Yeah. Okay. So we need to know what the dimensions are there. Now it's shown that they're similar. Okay. Which means that we can compare, we can get a scale factor, okay? Now we obviously would want a scale factor for their lengths, but we don't have that. We only have a scale factor for their volumes. Of course, the volume scale factor would be that divided by this, or this divided by this, all right? So you could write that, couldn't you, using the values that I've worked out, looking at the volume, okay? Now that of course comes out to be 2. That becomes a half. Alright? It didn't need to work these values out as such. They might help you later on, because you can see what our answers are to see if it is actually close to 22,000. Okay, that's why my thinking on this. But if we know that volume there is half of that volume, okay, when you compare the scale factor in terms of the volumes, it's either going to be 2 or a half. You've got to decide which value you're going to take. But of course we know this already, don't we? We know the dimensions of these, okay? We know the dimensions of our big suitcase. We want to work out the dimensions of the small suitcase. So we've got to make these bigger or smaller. Of course, to get from here to here, we need to make it smaller. So if we want to go from here to here and make it smaller, we need to choose the smaller scale factor, so a half, okay? But don't forget that represents our volume scale factor, right? It's the volume scale factor. We want the length scale factor. So to get the length scale factor, you've got to work backwards, okay? Whereas you cube to get to volume, you've got to cube root to get the length scale factor. Okay, now unfortunately that isn't a particularly nice answer. You can put that into your calculator. What you could do, you could split this up. You could write that as 1 over cube root of 2, because you could split these up, can't you, using surds, and cube root of 1 is just 1, okay? But cube root of 2 is horrible. If you work that out in your calculator, it's horrible, but that's the way it is. So that's what we're going to multiply by, 55 times 1 over cube root of 2. Okay, so if I get my calculator, that is the length scale factor. So cube root, I can press where the square root is, shift square root, and it comes up for me. So 2, and I work that out, and it comes 43.65. Now it does say appropriate degree of accuracy, so I'm going to just round that to 44. Okay, because those dimensions are given. Okay, because those dimensions are given to near a centimeter. I'm just going to give mine to near a centimeter. That's degree of accuracy there. Okay, so then let's take the other one, 40 times 1 over cube root of 2. Let's go back here, change this to 40. So I get 31.74, etc. So that's 32. And then let's change the other one then, which is 20. And that becomes So let's take that out. 15.87, etc. So that'll be 16 centimeters. So those are my dimensions. Okay. And what I can do, I could actually work them out. I could times them together. Okay. Let's just see if that comes to 22,000. Okay. So let's just see what we get. Press equals, and you can see that. There you go. Okay, so I can be confident in my answer. Of course, because I've rounded these here, I'm not going to get the exact answer, but it's pretty close, isn't it? Pretty close to what I want. So I'm happy with that, and that's exactly what they're looking for in the exam on that.